any party called the base, or the high, or the low, or whatever they name that it can be, they should not target MPP and DC. So obey to power every country parties in the next 20 years to come.
The next 20 years.
I'm just telling you solidly. The Nyamian Timanya no the mass of for no matter. The crow is saying no. So to me who are sorry Abeko. Now Gijia now say judges were prosecutors were now could be a you. Go sorry assembly bar. As of over Fred as the guys no Zembe brain account. Judge need to me a crowd man. Adjournment is our copy say different government beba and then I'm say who go screen here upon and you and
now
the day is over.
For Al-Wahab abedin komo. Na Al-Wahab will say honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Eye na niswade hunu so obeye president. The base ya ababeto hoi. O din komo. Oso obetima wini o na kira asem no. Ade nti na wo di san komo no nkiremu no etesen Alexis ene kotwa ne interview the gozan. Ene kotwa sa interview na Al-Wahab di san komo no. Na obiebie no ma bi 1 or 2 bi so. Me be me de to oni tie nsem a Al-Wahab ne kan efa honorable Kennedy Agyapong ejako ana afi the base ya da ho de baomia ensem wo kan ye no obetimi de wadwenkyere egu comment section na honorable ni the base yi wadwenkyere mu no ohwemu a obi say it has come to stay wo so hu ni say
biaba the base abe honorable Kennedy Agyapong say edini kodi animu a ebia na bibia asesa NPP ni NDC party bi betimi ayi o mafiri wono mu ana
not for now.
Hey.
No. You see, it takes a longer while for parties to be established. Broad-based party is the one wetima ko abamuda. And me and 2 parties now Ghana no. A friend is shared governance.
Okay.
Shared responsibility.
Okay.
So you're checking in terms from the 1982 uprising. Any others are. The shared governance means and these were called how many governments?
Okay.
Rawlings called 8. President Kufuor called 8.
Okay.
President Mills, President Mama called 8. President Ronaldo called 8. President Mahama called 4. But what they say? And social margins, any the numbers between the 2 governments now after any election biano. Election MPP be winning no or when base MPP and as the MPP as a faithful sana party in be 47-48%. Now a bear some few 10-20% to be from the floating
voters
because school phobia graduate 18 abeka ho ni adade akwadufo abam ni adade no they be winning. NDC the same. And to me, no has in terms of numbers. One there were more supporters. It's always Olympics ni other ones that take chain kakra na be from the floating. Ako we say numbers in here the same. Now, any third party like Uzi the base, the country would have needed a third party to give pressure to the 2 parties. That is what even me would have been the focus. Why? Because the parties are very comfortable. And it was never and is never like that in Europe. And in Europe, coalition governments of the CDUs, Christian Democratic Unions, and I say Christian Democratic governments in around Europe, they cannot get a full power and go to parliament. Abraham and members in Kwan. Or here coalition. So catch them say party be called new party or Babaji government in India. That one I would say no. But there's a possibility, say, a third party can come, squeeze the balls of the 2 parties, no adjourn numbers in be, and push about 20 parliamentarians to parliament. If any party called the base, or the high, or the low, or whatever they name that it can be, they should not target MPP and DC, so obey to power every country parties in the next 20 years to come.
The next 20 years.
I'm just telling you solidly. Because the party now building the hierarchy, are building a certain personality that they are going along with them. So shape, we building humba, we building and tell them it is a lot of numbers. However, say anybody, to say Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, say if I were to be one of his advisors, which I will not serve as advice be a Onyan party or not, but so I imagine so better party. The best would be to target your minority, your friends, the independent parties, baby.
Okay.
Coalition of the independents. Coalition, because after all, you're trying by the near being. So last time, last 4 years, last 8 years, goom. Or a third party. This one, President Chada, what they say, also so bem. And this all put to say team together. And the beer, solid base, and see a party. Targeted 20 parliamentarians, our parliament. This country's problem is solved. This because they will not have some year to normal and will be a parliament said they know margins difference until this election it has never happened at times say difference XYZ different 40 different 50 MPs no and this binya party bina da bia obetim the 20 at their core parliament also be force form opposition quorum because so far more party Kwame plus Frempong near that numbers in to form a caucus. And whether you like it or not, SNDC consume and MPP consume. That is sad. But say idea dosun and no more by 20. So me, I'm saying that anybody who has that mentality to form a government, a party, should target say you are building a base to have a very strong this competition on the constituency and come with MPs. Not build from them to say, MPs 20 or parliamentary. Don't give MPP, don't give NDC chance to sweep over. Things will change. Besides that, so will be some better party. Papa, to build a party and win power, it is money. It is serious organization.
Is it not about dedication?
Sorry?
Is it not about dedication? If you say money, now we'll be dedicated.
The dedication, you will not get the people to be dedicated because the people that are there to vote, Obaje Banche, Obaje Cassava, Obaje Sika, Kudi.
Every baby.
Dedication is where? There's no dedication. It's a business. Election is a business in Ghana. It's not by spirituality. Ghana is not Vatican. No. Election is not Vatican.
How did we get here? Make I say 2008 elections. Any better say Prof. Milsmo, Echeche matches as Kashim,
yes,
and a Sani man. Sani Mena Diana Ghana, Yehunesa, and a delegates openly to make us a Magic Kennedy Sika, Magic Alan, may try to do.
That is where we are. And the trouble is that when the destiny of the country is in the hands of the kingmakers, that is how you find the country lies, what it is today. The kingmakers are what? The kingmakers are the delegates now, Bowman 7. Constituency way traditional constituency for MPP.
Okay.
MP now or hono, say nipa 300 or contested MPship, 300 near delegates. Mamen kope loan, namen family nipa 300. They determine the destiny of the population of 20,000, 40,000, 50,000 community. And you what do you so when you the mat 300 now we de ne ba. Or say you are the next election a traditional seat for either MPP NDC or parliament. And to a non that joining a whole day in the brain now, so worship room as any pattern, not the larger community. And to a power or power and Obama. It is any panel 2 man on him so me in. Mamma ye no more. Papa ye no more. Delegate be a na MP or 2,000. But a party, ordinary party member on your delegate, politicians could say 200 nom deco.
Wow.
Yasa Bonima Manasa in a bush and for us Abesaka. But you are 200. Yasa friend honorable account. But a delegate qua in a year, or qua 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Chairman this. Treasurer this, secretary this, or both free chairman. And the system of how we choose our MPs, the constituency and the local government, local elections na ye no the MPs ne ba no and this country is downfall. And many people are dedicated. The dedication, any allegiance, they swear allegiance to only those who are the kingmakers. And here in this regard, kingmakers in their delegation. And they are the cause of what the country is going through.
So say be a suggest say after NDC for omobe introduce a new person. Now wabeshia Dr. Bawumia as a mudi da ho. Nti kasa be a Chada Alan Honorable Ken Campbell mo be at the base. Ombetimi abi bi be wo ka say obeti come back 20 years enya bembu.
Reason being say group ya bobo mudino whether or not said they would also sit and agree and understand.
Okay.
Disagree is another question. Whether they will see to it say why the bear presidential candidate in this regard Alan we senior man to Honorable Ken.
Okay.
And those who say now how much do you bring on the table?
Okay.
Child workers, okay, I can do my own thing. How do I also bring my money and also become a mate?
Okay.
This is what one of the biggest reasons. I say PNP for PNC for CPP still a. Have you ever seen a crusade? Small minority parties will him say, "Ontimin produce you one single candidate in parliament in the last 32 years, and yet every election we are all contested." It's craziness. It is madness. So go and have an alliance, go and have measure with another party. Namun try and concentrate, namun keep one or two MPs from the minority background called the independent background. Let them sit in parliament, let them see them out. Nasamudi independent for best 3, 4, 5 for now caucuses are consuming. What have you done? Nothing. And it is not easy like you see it, but it will be easier when they start from somewhere. Say, no one targeting only the presidential, they are targeting the constituency and come with MP. If you have an MP and you have a power of say, you can hold these two parties like they do in Europe. In Germany, Omo Party be your friend Green Alternative Party, the Green Party.
Okay.
The German Green Party, no, or no, or the NIPA 7, 6, maximum 8, and a dome called parliament since the medieval years.
Omunye so mu take over.
Ontimi take over. No remember senior Mbrawafo and Kokorafo. But omo conservative your friends the constituencies are every day about when why? Because some face a green alternative. Yempe a car. Yempe adebia ebe produce emissions.
Okay.
What I say? Yepe bicycle. Yepe way. Yebe nanti. Yemfa mponko. Yempe technology. Ye military. Yemko entokwa. The NIPA 7 that they call parliament. 7 they call parliament. They go and make impact because without number 7, no, you can't form majority. It is a SPD, Social Democratic Party, a person of Fanua. Obe join you, ma. Ombechro Nyama Omope. 1. Minister of Environment, are you prepared? Every time Minister of Environment is from that party.
Okay.
Every time Defense Minister, Omon Pesa Obabe final the country in Bekwakon, was Maji Defense Abosu. Every time also Aje Transport Abasu because all Makwa Mamun car ebe produce emissions. This is what and how these countries and that's across the whole Europe. And Tiwomu parties be conservatives, over to far right parties, left parties, center right, center left. It is because of their ideologies, philosophy of their political, your friends say, satellites.
Okay.
And Tianu determine say near your pay and if that is the case, there, your back government, you're the NIPA for there are parties in Europe, Switzerland, the opposition. It be a four parliamentarians that separate the two parties. Every country in the world has the biggest. 2 parties. Every country in the world. There's no country with 3 strong parties. No, they all have. But the third one, a force be only the same vote, only the parliament, only the hold parliament, or hold policy, or determine and dictate policy directions. ɛno ne yɛ ni bi ni sɛ nti sɛ MPP kɔ opposition a yɛyɛ nti MP ama wama yɛsan ne yɛbɛsan ma no NDC today yɛyɛ majority 80 margin wama yɛbɛsan ma no. That is the catch. This is the problem. But Sankawom himself, they are kept on their toes by a third party. Who's your friend said the base?
The base, yes.
A third party called the base. And within the parliamentarians, leave the presidential candidate aside for now, say be Honorable Kennedy. But maybe no, and as will be was our interest now. Only can call no parliamentarian. How do you go alone to be a president of a particular party? Crowe say so benya independent, what be president, or parliamentarians back who. How do you govern? You cannot govern.
Okay.
Start from the constituency level, start from parliament, get your people in parliament, and then you can have either than that, who be president, or be sure who come from.
And so looking at his age and the okay prolong him Sebi. And they say
You can be a kingmaker.
Okay.
You can be a kingmaker, not necessarily being a president. Kingmakers of such minority parties, Otifie, Onon party, and now Omo party, Omo parliamentarians, and Oho, on the separated the two, the powers no, one ho, and yet the two no more majority no did that. What does it mean? About ministerial, they determine where to go. They will tell you, says here, about allegiance. Sure, consistently some years pass, about 4 or 5 elections, I imagine here Kitwebi. Sananka ye war independent caucuses.
Okay.
What parliamentary opposition ye 10 cry. Ka this country, ka 2 parties, and ka they will not have the time, call it, to misbehave or to joke. Because always they will be kept on their toes. Because our oppositioner, at any time in parliament, all more than numbers with him defecting.
Okay.
Above voter, they can defect. And why would you have your policy and then have access to push your agenda through? No, it won't be possible. And it's our now your party leader, and now your party, and now the base, and whatever. What ye chira? One can say my joy. So I put 2 MPs together. Now you show where to go. You are a kingmaker. They have to negotiate through you before you get to them. No beyond a bit my bad president. No beyond a bit my bad leader of a country. No beyond a bit my A. But we have kingmakers who are powerful than the presidents and the leaders.
Yeah, our analysis is very deep. Recently, we saw a video of you now as security you were in a red shirt. Now, Okasa, we share Ghana. Said the near the enclaves, how we do things, especially the political side now. Kobe is Honorable Ken. And I was saying, do your mind anymore. Was that an endorsement?
No. I remember very well a question asked you. I was very general.
Okay.
General in a sense, I said, and I repeat, historically, from independence in 1957,
okay,
Ghana has never had the chance to have anybody called a business person to be the front of this country, since Nkrumah. All the 14 successive presidents. Kwame Nkrumah was a politician. Kotoka was a military. Afrifa was a military. Buzia was a politician. Akufo-Addo, Papa, was a politician. Obia the president, one man to Okromada, civilian. Okay. I'll give you the name. Ono, no a politician. And you been a champion.
Okay.
Okay. Post Nanado's regime.
Okay.
Wait, my check a list of Ghanaian presidents. Okay. Nanado regime. Your friends, Nanado Papa. Ena yababenya a champion ebetu Ena SMC2 Akufu ebetu no. Ena Jerry Baye shortly.
Okay.
Ena Hillary Man Baye. Ena Jerry Baye. Ena obe call 11 years. Okay. Jerry Baye call 11 years new year no. Ena your friend is saying Osa be call 8 years civilian. Okay. President Kufuor be call President Mills be call President Mama Bekwe, President Nana Bekwe, President Mills Asaba. Check from A to Z. Who calculate here? Rollins or bar twice, civilian and military. President Mama Waba twice, civilian about twice. Upi boxing in there about 18, about 14 presidents there. Na ba kukure ni wa a businessman.
Okay.
All of them came from the political background. Either say nana papa a politician or no a politician, and nana a politician, etc. But in your business. So I was of the view said it will be very interesting to see Ghana a day that may be a businessman be a president of this nation. It will be very interesting. That was what I did say. Say, for me, I'm very enterprising when it comes to my thinking. Say, I'll be very sad. Very interesting to see maybe somebody not from the political background, even though Kennedy Agyapong or Ken Agyapong a politician, because our parliament for about 4, 5, 6 seasons. Nevertheless, he projects or he sees himself, as we all know, say, or a businessman, but not all out politician, as compared to all those military and then the traditional politicians. President Kufuor was a traditional politician. His view was known way back. It was time. Although he's been around there. Nana Addo had been a politician chasing Ghana seat for the past 40 years before he became a president. President Mahama had been also in the political front, assemblyman, so he's a politician. President Mills somehow was not in, but somehow he had been an administrator or call himself or a technocrat, into also falls within that bracket. But businessman, as in businessman being a president of this country, if care is not taken, it's difficult to be.
Oh, okay. I'm a one crowd in the basic doctor, Mahmoud Bawumia, be a leader, the NPP. On us, no who saw vision, no.
If I give you father, parent by parent,
okay.
His father was a politician. His father had been a council of state. His father, as time to be called, had been close to a minister. So it is not out of bounds.
Okay.
Say, not different from President Mahama. Not different from President Kufuor because of from a political family. Not different from Nana Addo, His Excellency, because of from political family. Not different from Professor Dr. Nkrumah because they started their politics. And to Obia, Wabe President Bian, any news said Dr. Nkrumah, Neba, Minuaba Samian, President of Ghana, in Kenya news.
Because ne papa
had been there, and that is the structure of the Ghanaian political chain.
Honorable Ken, any background.
Only background, you know. And think beer to some extent, you know. But here is the case. And also soon beer may be the cause of a fight against, because when it comes to that sex, that and the political family, you know, they are moved together.
Okay.
They move together. They understand themselves. They see themselves as colleagues.
Okay.
Oko Ghana Parliament is a beautiful parliament with a lot of policies unsigned, a lot of policies undebated, a lot of policies not left in the eyes. And it's saying, should the committees our Parliament of Republic of Ghana, schoolmates.
Okay.
Let them belong to any other party else. Are you aware? From how many schools? A group, no more than 10 schools, 20 schools, and a form. Go and check. When you was for boys, when you prompt boys, Adisadel, Fancy Pim, Achimota, a Brigades, Wesley Girls, Kogana, Judicial Service, Judge or baby, one few holy girls or your friend saying Wesley Girls. One few Wesley Girls or a Brig. Now go school, but no, you can't come in there.
Okay.
Into you creating a system of elitism in our political discourse, our political destiny. That has been the path you're creating. But what I say, and into Cocoa ni sentence, farmer sentence, different from businessman sentence for Ghana. It's an elitism.
Okay.
I let you know because we are phone. And a boy 1,000. Near man 5 years. Obi we are join. Near man 20 years. No be that $10 million. Our Ghana. Now a man for sorry. Ya man pardon. Ni tia ni ya. Ni bi piaba. Ni ho jojono. What I say? AC Jano. Because there are voices. Who are the voices? The mates, the classmates, the old boys, the old girls. they meet in caucus, they discuss. The woman Timin Kano, your shep na sorry or no mane sofuna kokasa, wa freno, we unia, sofuni makasa, or si say, and ha opeso din samonia, pa sorry be, or sofukasie bi, no akotwene wasemba, on susu twene nsa, wa fre anye bi krana, judge no corner sorry, and a prosecutor wana sorry. Na efe, pass a crow say mu de, a very simple country to live.
People na provocas are fair.
Na papa, a croma one edi one edi or man's guy a channel. It doesn't work out like that. The elitism is what we play. The sentences are not the same. The level playing field is not the same. It's not true.
To make us a chairman to me, the is it because we need classmate? You go for Ken Agyapong here because MPP you know Kwan as a modern times have a but as only classmate in Siena.
Ebeka ho minim school
Also call Prempe after Prempe the young baby.
When I say na Prempe the boys so almost meet. Prempe almost meet. Almost meet but they be na the second ladder after Prempe no. And an meet am susu na all decision making.
Okay.
We be na gab no be abewa and Obaka say cycle. Abai. But this is the practice of Ghana. Elitism is the issue here.
NPP for free when this buy. I best start every now the Wyoming or the Wyoming semi campaign or by any day could see under NPP NDC for almost boss Cecilia da Pass saga and that saga give to your one nonsense and be brain in energy ama kwama or over Ken Furiata and also Aquacam and I know crowd also here extension visa. Yanchi will be antu. Ye Korean is say Ghana.
Okay, I say first na yesuano uko school amoba point na munyam ko parade.
Okay.
Say o majai first they say obi upon free in the classroom no ko. But before elementary schools no Yokoshia no more nyumbi now the day is over. Night is drawing whatever no I say no and now the day is over. Say nya wi papa dey see ba ku bia ya wi.
Hey,
it's like that. What the issue by, so I use that as a reference scenario. I'm not the one quoting.
Okay.
MPP, yeah, the beautiful song, Kruma, at the year campaign, 2012. Meboa. Gangan Tuamunchini. And I remind myself of the nice, sweet voices of Kwame Duncan. And your friends, Samia Uku. And JB. Piece from on other networker. Why you gangan to Amunchi. Now you're not there. And I remember Nana Doba Ododo constituency. Or saying, why you not my time. I'll collect every single penny for Ghanaians. However, under President Mills, why you Omuchenu? With the 4 days, I was sell under President Mama in 2015 or 2014 or so.
Okay.
President Mills, the time now why you issue start here. Yacheno. MPP bar government. Epacho, enyom the properties home so is in because they couldn't prove. Mr. Wyoming is a history. Obi antina sembi.
So meaning say all highlighting maybe na say even NDC for now omo any 2 years as Ghana. Omo no cry to meet you no. But NPP omo de be campaign message no.
They didn't do anything. There was a cry.
Okay.
There was a noise by NDC to arrest President Kufuor's officials.
Within their own party?
Yes. No, for President Kufuor's officials.
Okay.
President Mama Mills Bayern.
Okay, from Kufuor's administration against
Mills. But President Mills, they're on their kind, on records. Yeah, Ghana for Unja won. A woman sem. So we are man don't want any. So he cooled off the pace. One President Mama Kufuor any pebia. Then there came President Mahama. Before President Mahama left, MPP characteristically, generally, openly, loudly, Sombe Jeli, NDC for nyina shishi akukọ bakro man fa bia ntum
even 2014 Brazil I call ye Meka Moses Amwenimo Commission of Inquiries white paper nana do to twene baby
elam che se ekroma asofofo de nyame antimanya no de ma asofofo no mato aso nti kro we sem no se utimi hu asori abekọ na ogejia na hu se judges wo ho prosecutors wo ho na ko bia yo go asori ne asem ne ba asofofo frɛ trasika asem no nsem bebre ne yakon judge ni timi yare kra wa amane adjournment is a copy say different government beba and then I'm say who go school near bepon and yum near Sunday.
Now
the day is over. And the government is charge and bill, adjournment, charge and bill process. And the lawyers now hold this cases no. War process the bia or file something against something. Oh no man yes adian. Sinepa case management leading to case judgment in there. Papa bida. It does not happen in see. Judgment in kwetra process be ba me delay. Until before that time, not different government aba. The day is over.
Mene opinion bi di nkomo UK oye broni. O se Alan Kojo Martin. A Ghana for hu ne ye no. E de wanwa. 1. Number 2, ote hasisi e. Ehwe nimdie kura wa man foforo use ade ye omo mani. Me wo doctor bi of Virginia, I friend Dr. Pope. Oba Ghana ha ebe ka so person ne the communication ministry asia na obetimi a block momo fraud. Ono betimi atenase a obi antimi mbu obi biem. Oslo usu and Oslo usu ye sim registration a Ghana card ye link so that momo fraud no ebe return of the past anye. Sam George Banano you say as lo usu mu de omo ye man kwanko ye hwe mu a mu wonim de ese no why so man no enyu so mu ne enyam so mfa so.
Okay, so in advanced world, be America, be Australia, be even India, etc. None of these countries have reached where they are using their politicians.
Okay.
Policy makers and policy advocates are never politicians. Policy makers and policy advocates are not people to be seen publicly.
Okay.
Policy makers, policy advocates are not people who form main parts of the country, no party, and the political system. They sit at the back, but the system not allow. And say when it matters most, these are people that we can rely on them. And now, TBB say economic think tank, diplomatic think tank, security think tank. None of them is a political person. The government call eco-seeking assistance to formulate policy. Now government the baby and our parties in the baby what dilute, what modify, no the political idea they are branded. So when the system is going bad, the makers of that policy they sit back and draw your attention. Say that is not how I chai and I that had been the version of Europe and all the advanced nations in Gaza. I don't need to be part of NDC.
Okay.
I don't need to be part of NPP. That does not mean say Ebianka, some of them somehow would wish or would try. Upon my island. No, it is not like that.
Okay.
I do not want to be seen to be identified. Say, may I serve aha, but because of maybe a party went in America. No, I don't need to function and support and assist my country with my mind because I am here MPP. No, I know they are mean yet. Because I'm here NDC. No, mean yet. Because if you are to be used, you should be used to the best knowledge of your natural abilities, not the best knowledge of which party that you belong to.
There's a hundred the almost benefit party, a political party policies, not national policies.
Because, sir, every party that comes to power, including NDC today in reference case scenario, because they are in government, they come to power with the party manifesto.
Okay.
And some of us are saying, sir, when you pick up the constitution of that party, the manifesto, the first thing all can say, they preach about staying in power successively for long. they preach about grassroots encouragement, enhancement, protecting and guiding and making the grassroots members. What does it mean? Grassroots members in cheerful. And this a police na mefa under this regime. I say me from grassroots. Say military and I mefa. I say me from grassroots. Say your government appointments and I mean I say me from grassroots. And no now a socio-political discourse. It might change the dynamics of even the country public sector. The public sector. The public services, the public officers, share the civil servants, our ministry, Omasima Mobile Keke, and your Mina Nepe Party, share police officials, share military, Adentina, Obi police commissioner, or boy Jumawaha, but different government bar. The next day, IGP Nitrans shake up in Ghana Police Service. You read the Bia. Omu free shaky up a him fan Noma shaky. Shake up in military. Omu shaky from Kwame Nkrumah, me dey no ma shaky. Nothing. They don't shake anything. They do what is called in French, couper décaler.
Meaning?
Slide and push. It's just a change. Maba, the person general see bi om free me krom enam fofo obi a menino ma sorry ba Mrs. Taire Mrs. Takru near Doma ba okay I say you share Cantonment police station a hofe also case about honey high profile cases land Cantonment's land be less than $2 million nti me de me offer koto ho a see idea fast ne ye enye sa docket no ne momwo Alexis edoba to Dakuma police station ase ya case bi a beba ho bia moja ho ya bo obi abonige moja free nti ho ba
was then is god bro
Debbie oba the police no betima ya your friend is saying a medical report yaduko bukom yaduko glefe we a police officer do koto ha either so betwa na akoche fish and as a case bi a beba ho bia a battery and assault no business case. But Oma Tima who said no, say the officer got to airport. Cases about Honiana fine, very fine cases. Scan APMA airfare. Sikani be na abonire, Sikani be na ko repu case never airfare. Na Udo Bigo Koto, baby to say Bukuma, na Gabisi ya repuna. Police in Kraba catches or Kononko repu binka. Because the case no be any home. Nothing no
but so there be almost
citizens but I'm a citizen of Manchester Croman. Everything is categorized. Masa banku edino nkwanchan any hotel banku dey na there. Abonti banku na there pa o. But for too much hotel banku ya na to say. That is the elitism that we practice over here. It's a very beautiful and sweet country. The good thing is that per country and the nationals and the citizens a calm that you can control them, that you can tame them, that you can make them believe any nonsense there is no country on earth than Ghana. That is why I say anything that has called a civil war. What about them? Why the best civil war? Why the best civil war? Rollins called in the or military 11 years will succeed 24 coup d'etat. Baku Grenwa etumi na be ku no akwakoda achana ku odi betu Rollins order down so matigo for dining obi akoyeku da de manager eku
o man go se nwram
dabi na nwram be mu na abehye ya no be na ku baba crow we say I'm telling your witness cherished listeners nobody should ever dream Ghana we don't have what it takes for anybody to stage a coup. Nobody.
Obese yet say mebru no say one day
only one day bia masa mebru na wo kan wasam no social media masa nyina na teso no nyina na teso no
o ma na social media
obia otata de me o shata de o de abachina dada ne to wasa de nsafe ni tiri ho eno anu no wage ne numbers odum ne data okọ oge no odum ne data show friend ma me phone this any the men can
to be ready.
Nobody is ready because the point is you can stage a coup from the bush. But cleverly, Rollins, Ubreki Ghana Army, they didn't know before he left. Ubreki Ghana Army. When he decided to break down The battalions of refusal to give them logistics or break you down. They were not resourced. President Kufuor, he also did intelligent thing. People didn't notice. All the Ghana army barracks, land they a community, a family there. The families petitioned President Kufuor. Some of the government just assassin 100 years time as you pay assassin. President Kufuor Sumanyon call. Chado, one Bema camp. Baby and the kennels in general still obi fie si ho. So army for no for obi fie civilian fie no mako mu fie.
Oh, I see.
What I say? The 4th battalion, which was so feared, 4th battalion Kumasi, a trotro station. Ubet my ku 4 billion. That trotro ni gina ho.
Oh, Debbie.
Papa, 4 billion.
Debbie,
so you now to me room. Kiosk no. 4 billion kiosk ni sisi ho.
Adan. Just almost afraid in the sisi abonten.
Almost afraid in the sisi abonten. Na yire and the kennel and the nyina o nyina yusu ayi public toilet back home. And you know it. You know it. Without any ko Ghana even airport police station. How can ASP or the corpora o mu nyina asan one toilet so no mu di nkomo fa edan so. Yes. Obi ayire efre gisi abonte na padlock dem. Obeba no mo ku pure water ho ye wi ani pure water. How do you fight with this with it there?
So jani bi kra complaining chere me okuma say fridge and yire de nam gum ni ade kra kronfo abewia.
O mo wia kra. Na say
kronfo ti bi rabaras ko.
Akronfo wia baras. Time na light of war ewiase no. Some years ago, down to my police station, police in our dark and no or na light off. Obi ko yi nimpa bo akra de kwe no oda yi so oda charge office.
Wow.
O yi ni shoe koi. Generator is so obi ko tu generator go police barracks. Generator dey am light and no dey charge office obi tu generator no koi. Mas e kroma dey head do.
Account means yeah.
There be
what of the youth that we see them picketing outside? Say be almost show grievances towards a buying.
Almost share massa. E kroma nyom ba ko pe na abeto ye. Enyum no bia enu a osuru politician bia nsuru biem government bia nsuru biem president bia nsuru biem enyum ba ko worker kwa demonstration oto teachers kwa omoto doctors kwa omoto civil society obi akwa oto enyum ba ko pe ye ni abre ko enyum na si enyum bia nka ho biem nurse photo no okukra red bands entu ku hot water ba ko pe no obi akwa akoda na ni abre ko no we obi ani abre ko ye tunsi onyu gu so anu adwane pasa Alexis
it's just politicians na hunu we nyina na mo capitalize on it
because nurse for metu bi amani hunahuna
na ni abre ko na
ye ni abre ko into the police water cannon so hot water ubie ya no medwane moreover hot water tanda no kwanye nsu hye bia o ensuo no tanda na sim na ensuo na ya hye
idinyo ma
Alexis what is that
professor
nyame ma munyiri ka munyiri ba ubonze close bibia ni asa o ihanye husa
crow bit me asam go police station no ya ba be bodua na mum na nipa
labi anu kra police ni no efrewo what they say charge am be ono ba no aje usa no aba ruya ekumasum kra de na efe keke ya chi obi no anu ofefre ntuma ozo tumfo na se magima ni sisi asem mi wa wabo obi abonani yes asem no peaceful country ni edi one gross anu very peaceful yes. Your politicians need nothing more than bibi kakra keke support the youth support give employment keke but then I'm saying bibi any honinti they don't care papa na country obi amuso obi baby obi anya nsika unti musam dem sum ti musa there can there be obi anu a court obi anu a na wo kwa kwachi obi say a young boy ukraka ne boy say no na wo so ko politics mu wo so dan no wuzi dey na this year nti umti musam kwa chimi sum ti mi
obazana so ma extradition
massa extradition let it be and only one is coming from us and not within.
Okay, so one of the guys even Abuchika was he will sue for 10 million Ghana cedis.
It will be a very fine test of a case.
Okay. So when you have the courage to do that.
It will be a fine test of a case, but then don't forget, sir, Ghana government untia judgment mobia.
Odifa.
Ghana government. Odifa chair a foreign company over from multinational company and an international court in Tinom, yes, sir. But I no crown obetuano. Yenya state officials in be involved as agents, facilitators and commission agents. Omutuano as a feche no akogene de.
Abano.
Yeah.
Abano gene ya ho.
Odwunya ho pa. Odwunya ho priorities. Priorities. Government, don't say MDC, don't say MPP, every state institution, every state department, what do? They buy town and country planning, parks and gardens. Home officials no land cruiser no but parks and gardens anymore. Even chamber pot to cry the flowers in Grebino. No, about the flower second. Or no office in parks and gardens, only gardens or now we expect you so baby but okwa allocation a womb. Yes.
Fund the other funding and ama.
Basa allocation or be funding they do.
Okay.
Obi enu accountability. Medical catch me intro me say your auditors better chartered auditors than India. Population of over 1.3 or 1.4 billion. Your chartered accountants room. Is it a country SM could be a disca intimate investigating? Try me and share. Office office one thought the crown in China mama over Jesus because come do.
Oh, cancer.
Obama auditor call the tin Obama kinky. I'm on China Maka who had the 2,000 a share person. My friend will fear come with fear or budget a bookem. Share. Bako. Meanwhile, auditor now walk on. Ukwanam from a yabo, what chance I know a man secretary Kotokube, children, no.
And I don't know, Mr. Kwame, the Crown business manager or POFM, Yanana or Hona. No, can't say, Mr. The way you see Bogana so born, they are better off than so many African countries. Just as they say Ghana and a professor, Momo to 2 crime be brave. Or say the AHA be brave.
You see, that is also a mistake that some of us make.
Okay.
I've had the chance out of the African 54 countries, mainland, excluding a country like St. Anthony, which you do not know, the Africa has even a country called.
I understand St. Helena too is there.
St. Helena, just in the ocean of Angola in Suriname. Okay. From Helena to yes, it's just 5,000. British from Obianco, Royal Army, Queen Elizabeth in Guana and flight is on Mama Katium off from Africa.
Wow.
No, we are part of ECOWAS on the belt in the ECOWAS member country. Now, when you look around these countries now, Obika said, sometimes I have a challenge.
Okay.
Apples and of course tomatoes are not the same.
Okay.
They bear different names, they bear different color, different taste, and different functions of your taste. I'm surprised if anybody, Abeka said, or the Ghana etoto, better chair in the gent, abaso. I'm surprised Ubi the Ghana better to Togo. I'm surprised Ubi the Ghana better to Sierra Leone. I'm surprised Ubi the Ghana better to your friend is in Chad. I'm surprised Ubi the Ghana better to Malawi. I'm looking at Ghana, the contemporaries, the co-equal, the countries. I'm looking at Ghana to look like Algeria.
Hey,
I'm looking at Ghana to look better than Botswana. I'm looking Ghana better than Egypt or apart with Egypt, apart with Tunisia, apart with certain countries, South Africa, etc. That is how you should look at the country. I don't see myself say my classroom, my school. Now me feel say my di 20, na machino nipa be 40. A man you from kwa. Now I don't see to compete myself with those in front of me or those who have taken the lead. Now me feel say no. The reason is very simple. Countries in Abubodino, Obu was single mineral, 2 minerals, 3 minerals, 4 minerals. Only one. Obu are from inception, from day one of independence, post-independent. Wakon tokwa abepimde. When you civil unrest abepimde. When you civil, one of them, the world's most richest country, Congo, wakon sa abepimde because of divisions. But there is a country. In terms of reference, tell Honorable Kwame Adinkra said, Ghana has the best enhanced cross-tribal marriage more than any other country in the world.
Any other country?
Any other country. No country marries tribe rough, basa basa. Across a tribe, Ghana. Do you know that? I've been a mission translator.
Santini warrior Benin.
Yeah, ware basa basa basa. That's how to a United Nations kid. None will be a crash so far get be a United Nations. Never free voter. Over nane mame so free adane papa if you vote. United Nations.
Nano crowd will be so cancelled will be say United Nations or no crowd no ordinary say wafa Santini pen wafa Kroboni wafa winti no okay.
United Nations.
Okay.
Obi a tribe me tue our hab obi anim say oh Kumasi ofri swame for your pepe bisi me pepe ni nyina meje. But for you to know, I also have a Votarian roots from Amfoga. Yes, we are from Amfoga Palace. Voter and you feel so better target me so kwa kobu Votarians and ametoa there be. I'm also from there. Basa. So we have that peaceful cohesions among Americans. Cross-tribal. Masa. Ekroma. Greater Accra. We share Grania. That's why you are ministry, sir. Where Bema Neri Fantini.
Okay.
We share Fantini. Where Bema Neri Amrani. Nikru Amrani. We share a Quapimni, Wawarin Cranny. We share Cranny Bema, Wawari Quapimni. Wawarin Cran. Achim Bunswawari. Never even the north and the southern marriage in Kradia go to parliament. Na kofa omubra 270 parliamentarians or 275 from Bejina. Na nordness in Omunchiro Moire. Said Romisi Pangran for man.
Okay.
And yes, small. Said Romisi pay a council and ye easy. Why you two back a crack? What I say? Oko Kruma, Nikruma no acquire Bako Kakra said the Natina ho. Okay. What I say? Into Hunu. Now, if we are friend in Salifu. Ento bahano na nere dejiwa ye ni bi babia. That was why the genocide takes place in countries. Nigeria has strong demarcation of 3 tribal settings. Hausa ni onkowari Igbo ni unless e bi omatukwan ni onkowo ma wa brontin Igbo ni onwari Yoruba onwari Igbo
abro mu nyina
Nigeria Togo edaho Benin ewo ho Sierra Leone, Creole, Onware, Bio, Onware, Kono, Onware ha. It is there everywhere, all over Africa. Botswana, Chwana for one is Zimbabwe, Chwana ni bio ho. But omen ni crampes won't be woman, talk less of marriage. Genocide of Rwanda is Tutsi and Hutus. Omen krama kre ni agro. That was why the genocide was made possible because so okumwa when say ni blood be because ni nwan kwawar ho na rie kwawar. That is the genocide causes. But Ghana there me wo yire Santini wo yire papa efri adan wo yire maame frafrani wo yire maame nase wo wia sa wanya sa traba ni nyina no obakwa na ne sofo susu ya kroboni.
Okay.
United Nations. Enti sofo no krobo. Na sorry man omwo mu no omu nyina sa yin. And that is enhance the beauty of Ghana is that.
Odimbo so we be for say me ma me free infante. Number pa free bono.
Enu kwa. Oba so yes matter. Oh yes I report na. For where you camera enu say ya damana for ni beji. Kojan Legon campus.
Okay.
Na frɛ boys ni girls no. Omo ni mo mu krom ya. E o krom go be 60%.
Ni kura wo free mo.
Onim ni maami krom ni baba krom. Ya den ba ko ni na wuye no ko no krom. Onim ni baabi akro free nkran ya wo na no anu aka. And of course, oya bruni akra ya wo na akra onim bron kra no kan fa na sum kra ono wonte kra.
Okay.
What
any ben as one
ento no nkran ono hunu hu so nkran.
I see.
That is the beauty of this particular country. Yentiminya tribal and then ethnic cleansing and then fight.
Okay.
Yentiminko. Because the tribes will not allow. The settings does not allow. Once a Ghanaian politician and tribe do election na omu pushes out agenda na and so and fight. Yes, a tribal switch, tribal hatred near that. And yeah, Juma, or can woman can position cousin in a BNY Juma. Tribal cannot be 1/10, a percentage, a fraction of any political electoral results. No. And Kashi, it will not wash anything. It doesn't go anywhere. It na country bia Doma Sante, or any pushy. We push agenda. One will be up. One will be up. Rhetorics. A crowing. Since your work enhancement and support of cross-tribal marriage, cross-religious tolerance, and to continue manintina escalation, but north, Kushashi, Mamprusi. It has never had an escalation beyond the border of Boko.
Okay.
It can never. Because Kushashi Nanyan and Tokan on him and proceed Niko. Drafrani to our enemies, I say.
Okay.
Once a Frafako Biama Kushashi. Once a man proceed for Obis Dagati Akokum Biamano. A contained. Nanumba, Konkoma, Omo Konsa, Copuse Police, Alankaki Costopum. Who will say, Bonja for Bishim? Who said Dagmani for shame? One said Wala for some cause supporting man Manako. Contained.
I see.
The tribe do not cross over to go and support. Greater Accra. In around 96, there was a fight in the air. But the guns. Rollins was at a castle. Osu. Ena Nungwa and Teshi. Omio Majin said, Omaya fight. They were trying to create the atmosphere. Say, Bia Obi Osu Baba, Ben Obi and few. Now, Jerry Catcher and some man called you, Missy Ashamon. And I'm talking to try.
Oh, okay. Come here, the nice and come on.
That's gas will be about Obi and fee. Meanwhile, Canadian, free Jamestown, so free her, waiting so free her. But and Tokwanu sees out a union, Obi and fee. It can't have an escalation. Majority I say, Alabanyo Nkunya is the longest civil unrest in this country. But up to now, it is within them. Tiabo friend whom they are but as a journalist, what any alarming story of Alabanyo Nkunya? Ubiko from nom dia or the Aquacobo no Mojana no kwa.
Okay.
It doesn't escalate.
Okay.
Nkonya for ne Alabanyo for ntokwa farm no moko abem no moko ensa we kotwa mensa we ayi se nko a we kotwa nsa no we akwadwu nso agum we ntokwa aba we ya de kontokwa oba farm no twa nsa no abadwu nso agum no okọ we ntokwa
we ntokwa ebo man
we ntokwa say ya de amiko ho
okay.
Oh,
Prof.
Come on. Ghana government. Wait, me say, Obimpa country security profile. Every country be a security profile. Red alert, amber, and then green. Ghana, you raise security bar. Yeah, of course, it doesn't go anywhere. It does not go anywhere. A security community. Intelligence community wa no ma create shake-ups kakra say ni ma bedidi
no bedidi
o say ni budget your cooperations BBS you are you could take a cover you gather information process bi ama no mo ko ombo be abetan baby kakra mpemfo didi normal o di bi akwa sorry ska kakra you know the akoba sorry akoba for here okra na handkerchief wasa soft waton collection wasabi okofie peaceful do Sunday and area fufu wadi bi atuma akokọ ama no what did you find? We are Benzika or Cody free. O friend, Obeba Ghana so Jerry case in ye Obacono, 48 hours. What they say? Court 48 hours. Police in Kran and Concochin of a friend or Obachina catches a barbecue. Trials young Friday, now be the match Tuesday, Thursday, Waba.
Ghana.
A very nice country, very peaceful. But the only problem is the policy of the document of these two parties with what is called their party manifesto. Party manifesto does not develop any country. It's the national plan that develops a country. Because if the national plan is there, untimi project A, project B, it doesn't work like that. That is the cause of this country. And the second biggest cause is the makers of the country, the kingmakers, only coming from constituency as delegates. That is one of the problems. Railways. Yes. Eastern Corridor from Takrady, from Tema up to Paga. Express. Omadom Sika. They didn't do it. Airlines should be AC around the same year.
Global Fund for Beche, the Finance Ministry and the Ministry of Health. Actually, our duty home. I mean, really say.
The understanding is not there. Who is who?
Yeah, they be chow mine.
Who is who?